In this video I'm going to show you how to add an additional lighting group or blind group in ABT Site Room Programming Editor. In the ABT Site configurator you are allowed to configure up to 4 lighting groups and up to 2 shading groups. If you need more, you can do so in ABT Site Room Programming. In our example today, I have a template prepared with 4 lighting groups, and I will show you how to add a 5th one. The same rules and mechanisms and processes applies for adding shading groups. But today we will focus in that example only for the lighting ones. We see here in the template the 4 lighting groups, and the lighting group number is indicated here in the column extension. So this one is lighting group number 1. This one is the application function for lighting group number 2, 3 and 4. The same indications we have also on the lighting devices. So that means these are the outputs. So lighting device number 1 contains 2 outputs. Output number 1 and number 2. These numberings here correspond to the lighting group. So it means this one is the output of lighting group number 1 and this one is the output for lighting group number 2. If we open lighting device number 2, we see the same. We have the first output goes to lighting group number 3 and the second one goes to lighting group number 4. This is the connectivity from the application function to the output. The same applies for the push buttons, because here on the room operator unit we have 4 push buttons. Also here we have the numbering 1, 2, 3 and 4, and this indicates also that this push button is connected to lighting group number 1, 2, 3 and 4. So every lighting application function has 1 push button. You can also check the assignment of push button and output devices in the application function. Here, for example, opening lighting application number 1, we see that we have the lighting output number 1 connected to it. If we open here, for example, lighting application number 3, we see the lighting output number 3 connected to it. We can also check the push button connection to the application function, and this is here below in the application function local manual operation. When we open that one, we see a collection object. Collection object means that we can connect more than 1 lighting push button to that application function. And if we open that one, we see the push button number 1 connected to the application number 1. So this is the combination where you see now here application function number 1 is properly connected to the output number 1 and to the push button number 1. The same applies here then also for maybe number 4. When you see here lighting application number 4 connected to the output number 4 and connected to the push button number 4. There we go. Now we would like to add a 5th one. We could do that now by just duplicating devices and application functions. So if you want to add an additional lighting device and a push button device which is already existing, you just select the ones you want to duplicate with the control button pressed on your keyboard, and then you could multi-select the devices you would like to duplicate and then just duplicate it. In our example today we will do another option. We will add the devices from the library. We have here 2 lighting devices. We will add an additional one for our 5th lighting group. That's now this one here. And as we had already 2 lighting devices in, we give it here the number 3. So this number 3 is now indicating not the lighting group itself, it's indicated the device number 3. This is for better separation later on in our system. In the device number 3, we have here an output which we apply to lighting group number 5. So that is the setup of the output device. We will do the same now also with the push button device. Here for an example we use also here an additional one. And here also for the push button device, I can open here to the push button, and here we see the group which we also apply to number 5. So we have now here an lighting output number 5, a push button number 5. What we miss now is an application number 5. And the easiest way to add is really also here by just duplicating an existing one, and by doing so we get an duplication of number 4. Number 4 we just rename now to number 5. And we have now set up an additional lighting group with additional output device and additional push button device. If we now check the connection of these devices, we see now here on lighting output number 5 that we have connected already the on lighting application number 5, we have connected the lighting output number 5. If we check now also the push buttons, we see in the collection that it connects to all the push button. This is a default behavior which says every new application function connects to all the push buttons. You need now in this application function just number 5. So you remove now here simply by right click, remove the unused push buttons of your lighting application, and you are ready to go. So, as you see now, we have now application number 5 connected to lighting output number 5, and it's controlled by the lighting push button number 5. That's how to set up an additional lighting group in ABT Site Room Programming Editor. Again, the same rule applies also for blinds and shading application, and you can do it either by duplicating existing devices and push buttons and AFs or adding them from the library.